Good morning. Good morning. I am Hunnaball, and this is Hunnaball AM Ham number 11. Today we're reviewing mock drafts because I figured that there would be a lot of new mock drafts coming out today as we kind of go through this morning, and I wanted to talk about them and review them. So that's kind of the plan here. You guys let me know if you think that's a good idea or not. Morning, John. Hey. I felt like that would be a good mayhem enough thing to do without me having to do too much, I'll be honest, work ahead of time. Because last night I was up all night working on the AI video, which is coming out well. I'm excited about that. That'll be coming out in the next few days. But yeah, I just wanted to go through these mocks and just kind of see what made sense, what didn't. Yahoo Sports is the first contender, so let's see what's going on with them. Probably should have read these before, but you know what? It's not like I'm going to see anything too crazy. This is by Nate Tice and Charles McDonald, so we got a tag team effort here. So number one, obviously, this doesn't make. If we see a number one pick that isn't Fernando Mendoza, that would be pretty wild. I think that's safe to say. Don't overthink it, they say. I don't think they're going to. Second overall pick, Arvell Reese, linebacker at Ohio State. The tweener that excels at both spots. Makes sense. Again, if I were the Jets, I would take Arvell Reese and wouldn't really think about it. However, their recent trade of... What's it, Will McDonald? No, their recent trade of Jermaine Johnson kind of makes me think they should go more steady edge. But I also think David Bailey and Ruben Bain are a little more low floor than Arvell Reese. So I like Arvell Reese a lot as a prospect. If he goes to the Giants, I'll be thrilled. Number 3, Arizona Cardinals. I got ahead of ourselves here. Sonny Styles at 3. It's, you know what? I'm not going to say it's a bad pick. I like Sonny Styles. I think the Arizona Cardinals in particular are not in a position to take him. I'm all about taking best player available. I get it, especially in a year like this, in a draft class where we don't know how everyone's going to do. But, I mean, damn, dude. The Cardinals have a lot of needs. A lot of needs. At that rate, trade down or do something. I know it's much easier said than done, but still. I don't know, man. I don't love Jets taking Sonny Styles personally. If that happened, like I wouldn't be super upset. I think the whole angle here is they need to build around Nick Rallis's knuckleball defense. So, you know, there you go. That's why I guess Sonny Styles is the only defender in the whole draft class. Who needs offensive line? To hell with it. 4, Ruben Bain. I like it. I like it. Ruben Bain going to the Jets. They just swapped Devondre Sweat for Jermaine Johnson. They're going to build out this edge group. They're going to have a pretty good defense, these Titans, man. Given the fact they got Jeff Simmons, they got Jermaine Johnson, and according to this mock, they have Ruben Bain. I like the draft pick. I don't see a lot of other ways they could go. I don't think they're going to go offensive line. They could be in the Sonny Styles market. That would be interesting. They could be in the Caleb Downs market, but I don't know. Moving on to number 5, we have the Giants taking Francis. Is this being popped up? Okay, wait. There we go. We have the Giants taking Francis. Now, listen, I'm all for getting offensive line. The thing about Francis Maui-Noa is that he is a very high ceiling type of tackle. Low floor. And this sounds kind of, I don't know, like I'm fear-mongering, but I can't afford the thought of the Giants missing this draft pick. With all this supposed blue chip generational talent on the board, if you're going to take Francis, what is up, Otis? Good morning, man. I don't know why the chat up here isn't working. There it is. I don't know what you actually do if Maui-Noa doesn't work out, and that's why this pick just scares me a little bit. If we take Francis and he's there, obviously that would have to happen. He'd have to be there for us to take him. If we take him, I won't be upset, and I'll trust the scouting team, but I wouldn't get too thrilled about it. How did the light die? How did the light just die? At a time like this. During ham number 11, no less. But yeah, I don't love Francis Maui-Noa at 5. I just, I think the value's there. I'm not going to be, screaming about it, but I don't love it just for the culture. Monroe Freeling. Wow, okay. I haven't seen that a lot. Monroe Freeling as the 6th overall pick to the Browns. I've not seen that. I recommend a game in the Discord. It's on sale for $4. I played it, was fun. All right, shoot, I'll check it out. Golly, I haven't heard Monroe Freeling get picked this high ever. I mean, shoot, he falls out of the first round in a couple of my mocks. Maui Noah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Apparently that's how you pronounce it. I thought it was Maui Goa. Apparently it's Maui Noah. Apparently that's how you're supposed to say it. I don't make the rules. Monroe Freeling, that feels like a lot. Is there anyone that will fall in the draft like that will have social media crying like last year? From what I'm hearing, and I want to see where he goes in this mock, from what my sources are telling me, what Twitter is saying, is that Mekhi Lemon interviewed really, really poorly. Now, that could be smoke. That would be one of the easiest smoke screens a team has ever done in history. Oh, he didn't interview well. It's classic. But, yeah, really. But apparently, that's the big faller of the combine. They said it was a Keon Coleman-like interview, which is not ideal. So yeah, Monroe Freeling. Monroe Freeling mention. Freeling gives Cleveland a dart throw to have a strong left tackle if he continues his trend of rapid improvement over the last year. Hey, man. Andrew Thomas, the reach out of Georgia. He ended up working out. Commanders go Dave Bailey out of Texas Tech. That's a solid pick. You know, I feel like that's really good value. Tempting as it get to add offensive player here of some kind. They're tasty options, wide receiver, tight end, and running back. Commanders had firepower. I mean, look, I think Commanders getting edge rusher are one of the more set things of the draft. I think it makes a ton of sense in this class, regardless of who goes, unless it goes like Reese, Bain, and then Wilson, or sorry, not Wilson, Bailey. I don't really think there's a whole lot of reason to expect the Commanders to do anything besides go edge. Maybe if Sonny Styles gets there, but who knows? Colonel Tate, bad 40-11, bad interview, good reps from Tyson, setting up to be wide receiver 1. Well, look, Tyson can hit the bench press. We know that. There was a tweet that came out where Adam Schefter said some GMs clocked Cardinal Tate at 4.45, and then like a mention went, Adam Schefter would bury a body if an agent told him to. Thought that was funny. Number 8, Cardinal Tate. Clearly the bad 40 didn't affect them too much here. No Jordan Tyson love. You know, there's been less and less Jordan Tyson love, I've noticed, as the week has gone on. Even though he didn't have a bad combine, he didn't run. He didn't really strut his stuff. Again, we don't know how the medicals panned out. Jeez. We don't know how the medicals panned out, but clearly Cardinal Tate's rising at the board somehow, some way. Saints going wide receiver makes a lot of sense. Tyler Shuck will be getting a chance to show he's the long-term quarterback this year. Give him some guys. Give him Tate and Chris Olave, Taysom Hill, and see if this guy can actually produce. Chiefs get Jeremiah Love. This is one of the easier, more common picks in the mocks, as we know. Chiefs getting Jeremiah Love. I don't even really need to unpack this. I will, though, because I like Jeremiah Love. He's a fun prospect. I think 9 is about the right value, by the way. That's right between Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs. I think 9's perfect. 9 mentioned. I don't think going any higher would make a ton of sense. I don't think it's going to go to the Saints. He might. Would be the craziest pick if the Saints took him. But he's not going to go to Washington. He's not going to be a Cleveland Brown. Despite what everyone's saying, he's not going to be a New York Giant. I don't think he'll be a Titan, and maybe, I mean, Cardinals would be a major reach. Like I just said, the Cardinals have way too many needs to just let positional value go by the wayside. But that's just me. Chiefs get Jeremiah Love. Also, the Chiefs... Was it the Chiefs? No, it was the Texans. Someone traded for a right tackle this morning. Hold on. The Browns traded for a right tackle. They got Titus Howard from the Texans. Which, you know, as we all know, the Texans don't need offensive line. That's not really their forte. So... And Browns reportedly prefer 61 touchdown QB. What is that, Pavia? But yeah, so Titus Howard is on the move. This just broke. Titus Howard's going to the Browns in exchange for, I think, a 5th round pick and then a contract. So there you go. So Pelissero dropped it. I don't really know what instant reactions are to this. I don't think there will be many. But my instant reaction is, again, I understand that the cap is tough. I understand that money's not great right now in Houston. But damn, dude. Their offensive line was one of the worst in football last year. I don't know why the chat's glitching so much. Their offensive line was one of the worst in football last year, and they decided to trade Laramie Tunsil, and they decided to trade, apparently, Titus Howard, who's not amazing, but clearly the Browns like him. Yeah, they did trade Larry Tunsil. Morning all. What's up, Giants fan 10? We're going through mock drafts and breaking the Titus Howard news. So there you go. For this Yahoo mock. And then Bengals get Caleb Downs. Bengals need defense. Downs is arguably the best player in the draft. You see, if you think that, then I would not have the Giants take Francis here. But again, that's just me. I would rather... My rule going into this draft is I want to leave with someone from Ohio State. I don't care. I know that sounds stupid. I want us to leave with someone from Ohio State. I know tackle's fun, and I get it. But if Caleb Downs is this blue-chip prospect that everyone says he is, and he's going to fit in like a glove with John Harbaugh's defense, I'd much rather see that than take a swing on an offensive tackle. If you don't sign a Luminor, you're kind of stuck. So I hope we do that. Time will tell. Dolphins go Mansour Delane. I'll go a little quicker through these back-end picks. Cowboys get Jermod McCoy. Makes a lot of sense. I would have probably flipped him, but that's just me. And then the Rams, with their extra pick that they netted, go Kenyon Sadiq. Man, that is fun. That is great. That's a great pick. Good move by the Texans. General Mills doesn't need a line. There you go. What quarterback needs an offensive line? That's stupid. But yeah, Kenyon Sadiq to the Rams would be lethal. I think we can all admit that would be a lot of fun. If nothing else, dude. Yeah, they took a tight end last year in the second round, but honestly, I don't think Terrence Ferguson got super involved. You get this athletic freak in a Sean McVay offense with Puka. Devontae's coming back, right? Devontae's not an expiring deal, I don't think. And this offense is going to take one more swing at least. I'd be really excited to see it. And I don't really think they have another first round pick, so if they want to address secondary or another need, tight end makes sense. I like this pick a lot. I'm a fan. It just sounds like the Texans are going to draft a tackle. They should have done that anyway, though. They should have done that anyway. Ravens go Vega. I did not know that was like what they called him for his first name. I guess that's just an easier way to put it. But yeah, Ravens go guard. Buccaneers go edge. Keldrick Falk. That's one of the higher spots I've seen him picked at pick 15. Avion Terrell to the Jets makes a lot of sense. Replace Sauce Gardner. Caleb Lomu to the Lions also makes a lot of sense. Taylor Decker's succession plan, even though Taylor Decker will be returning this year. Over Spencer Fano is interesting, though. I just realized that. Over Spencer Fano, look, it's not my mock. They're allowed to say what they're going to say. I haven't seen that anywhere. Little odd to me. I don't think the Giants should go offense, start to go with the O-line with Wandale. He has some of the best pocket presence. His defense has been underwhelming for a while. I mean, again, we cannot forget Wandale will leave, but I think I'd prefer defense personally. I agree with you there, Otis. So Browns, look, if the Browns leave this draft with Spencer Fano and who else did they take? And Monroe Freeling, their offensive line is set. Their offensive line is set. I'll say that, at least hopefully, especially after they trade. Well, they didn't trade for anyone. I kept thinking the Browns got involved in this morning trade. They did not. CJ Allen to the Panthers. I don't love that. I don't know much about CJ Allen. I'll catch up when it comes to scouting him. But I think, again, not to sound like broken record here, but the Panthers need pass rushers. They need guys that can get to the quarterback. They're still trying to replace the hole that Brian Burns left. I don't know why they traded him. I'm glad they did, but geez. And money, I guess. I'm not saying they got to take Cassius Howell, but I feel like there are just better options on the board than a inside linebacker. There you go. It's one of these drafts where the Vikings do stupid stuff. Yeah, where are the Vikings? Did I skip past them? No, I didn't. Wait, oh, the Vikings traded! Oh, no shit. The Vikings traded out. With Fano on the board, the Vikings traded out. That's what happened. I was like, where are the Vikings? They traded out. Are we outlining compensation? What would the Vikings get to move from 18 to what? Where are the Browns at? To 24. What would that look like? I feel like that would be a... Oh, man. 18 to 24. That would probably be at least a third, right? Maybe a second? I think at least a third, hopefully a second. They traded with the Browns. I bet they got nothing in return. Love the Kirby shirt. Thank you. Otis is one of my favorite shirts. Thrifted it, by the way. This little number was only $4. So, yeah. One time I was at the DMV and I saw someone else wearing this exact shirt. I wasn't wearing it at the time, thank God. But I saw it and I was like, damn it. Because one, you never want to see your wardrobe being flexed out at the DMV. That is not where people go dressed to impress. But also, I thought, I thought I had like a cool 1-of-1 shirt. Apparently it's just like a Target graphic tee. Whatever. Cowboys go Cassius Howell. Sure, why not? I don't know a ton about Cassius Howell. I got to catch up on him. And as you can see, Makai Lemon falls all the way to 21. Is Jordan Tyson even picked yet? No, he is not. Makai Lemon falls all the way to 21. I think it makes sense. This article is personally higher on Denzel Boston. Woof. But I traded Jettis for the honor of trading back. For the love of the game. I think, honestly, I mean, the Vikings trading back made a little bit of sense, at least if the board falls the way they're saying it will. Makai Lemon to the Steelers is interesting. That could work. I think it's going to be one of the few times draft pundits are happy with what the Steelers do. So that'll be cool, I guess. Peter Woods going to the Chargers. Again, it's wild. I mean, I guess with Eon off the board, there's not a ton of talent for the Chargers to take in that interior offensive line. Clearly, that's not stopping the Eagles from taking Max Ihenikor. Max Ihenikor. Oh, does you know who this fella is? I don't. Shout out ASU. Hook 'em. But yeah, this is their Lane Johnson replacement. I think it makes sense. A developmental tackle makes sense for the Eagles. And they don't get Kenyon Sadiq, which makes me happy. And the Vikings, with their trade down, get Caleb Banks. I think that's a good haul. If you can get an extra 2 and get Caleb Banks still, like they're saying, take a big swing, get a defensive tackle, high ceiling guy, could work out. Or maybe take Jordan Tyson, pair him with 9. I don't know. Bears go Caden McDonald. So we got quite the run on defensive linemen, defensive tackles here. Peter Woods, Caleb Banks, and Caden McDonald. There you go. Hope you had your guy. And the Bills take Denzel Boston with Jordan Tyson still on the board. Is Jordan Tyson going to fall out of the first round in this mock? Woof. I guess benching 25 times doesn't do a whole lot. He's our only good old lineman. I'd say he's the biggest Senior Bowl riser in the draft. Woohoo. Clearly. Shoot. Good eye. Bills go Denzel Boston. They clearly have a need at wide receiver and take another swing on receiver early at draft. I like Denzel Boston. I think he's 6'4", good production. I'd probably rather take Tyson. If you're the Bills and you're sitting there at pick 26 and Jordan Tyson's on the board, I feel like the entire world's going to be screaming at you to take him, but that's just me. I hate the Tyson disrespect. Yeah, clearly, ASU's being represented. Would you believe me if I would have told you that Max Ihenikor is taken ahead of Jordan Tyson? Woof. Blake Miller goes to the Niners out of Clemson. Again, I hate sitting here and pretending that I know offensive linemen. What I can say is I think that's a good fit, at least with what the Niners need. A lot of tackles going in this draft. I think, what do we have? We had Freeling, we had Francis, we had Fano, we had Lomu, and now we got Miller and coming up Caden Proctor. That's 6. That's 6 in the first round. That's a lot. I feel like that's the ultimate reach. I don't know. Getting Josh Allen a big athletic wide receiver is like getting Trump and others. Jeez. I like the comment. I like the comment a lot. It is Brandon Bean, though. It is Brandon Bean. I mean, yeah. I feel like it is like, you know, trying to... It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It wouldn't be crazy to call Brandon Bean insane. Caden Proctor, go to Houston. Like John said, geez, bless me. Like John said earlier, the Texans trading Titus Howard all but confirms they're going to go offensive tackle. I felt like they should have done that already. They only have pick 28, which, how does that work? I guess because they won the wild card. God, pick 28 is brutal. But there should be a tackle there. There really should be a value there. Tyson more than just a big athletic receiver. He's not even that tall. I don't know why you guys think he's that. Because he's Tet. Because he's tall in CFB. He plays tall. He's like AJ Brown. He plays tall. But that's not even what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, Denzel Boston is 6'4". He's the tall wide receiver I was referring to. I think that's the same thing GF10 was referring to. Denzel Boston's a 6'4" wide receiver. I think Tyson would be a much better pick. There at 6'2", high floor. If he can stay healthy, you have an actual, like, receiver there, not just like some high floor loser. I don't mean to throw shades at Denzel Boston. I'll know more about him this Wednesday. War Room Wednesday. We're talking about the wide receiver, so I'll have a lot more concrete opinions and see whether or not I think Jordan Tyson's the real deal. Brandon Sissy goes to the Rams. I like that. You leave this draft with a tight end and a corner. Pretty good one to address. Yeah, I was talking about Boston, lol. Yeah. It's a pretty good draft, I'm not going to lie, for the Rams. Happy about it. Let's see if Tyson goes in these last 3 picks. A Mesidor falls to 30? Look, listen. I forgot about him. I should have brought him up. Again, I could be wrong here. You guys let me know if I'm reaching here. But I like Akeem Mesidor more than Cassius Howell, more than Keldrick Falk. Those aren't guys I've watched a ton, but just sheer vibes. Mesidor had a really great playoffs, and I think if Denver gets him at pick 30, man, that would be a heartbreaker for the AFC West. Patriots get Casey Concepcion. And yes, you read that right. Jordan Tyson falls out of the first round. Concepcion, what are we doing? Yeah, Concepcion versus Tyson is funny. I think maybe there's a shot that these guys forgot about Jordan Tyson. However, big however, if the Giants are picking at the top of round 2 and Jordan Tyson is still on the board, fuck it. Trade up and get him. Honestly, this is definitely made by a Zona fan. By a Cats fan. Wait, let's look that up. Yeah, Concepcion and then Colton Hood closes us out. Seahawks get a replacement corner. Apparently they're losing some guys. If Mesidor wasn't 25, he'd be a top 5 pick. He's such a polished passer who has DT versatility. He's just awesome. Yeah, man. When I was watching the college football playoffs, him and Bane were jumping off the screen. And that's against Indy. That's a good team. Whoever takes him is the team this writer's a fan of. Let's see really quick. It's like I said, it's a double. Nate Tice. Where did Nate Tice go to college? He's a former University of Wisco quarterback, so he went to Wisconsin. So you're wrong about the Arizona. Let's see about Charles McDonald. Writer. We don't know actually. Real quick. I like looking up the background of journalists. They spend so much time studying people. God, this is... I don't know, man. I don't know which one this guy is. What team did Charles White play for? What team did Moist Critical play for? Oh. Anyway. There you go. Well, we don't know where Charles McDonald went. Maybe if we go on his X page at 4 verts. It's just a game... That is a flag. I forget what it is. It might be Palestine. Special but unprofessional. SB Nation Forever podcast. Show his podcast is being put to rest. Never recovered from an unexpected 13-month hiatus and switching feeds. All right. Not very active on Twitter, this guy, but whatever. That's just me. Or maybe he... Oh, who cares? Whatever. All right, well, we'll never know where Charles McDonald went to school, but we will know that Jordan Tyson's fallen out of the first round, apparently. Just out of curiosity, did these guys do a... Let's see if this hating on Jordan Tyson thing's a pattern, or they just straight up forgot about him. In their last mock, they had Jordan Tyson going 16 to the Jets. There's a good shot they forgot about him. I trade both nuts for Tyson at the top of round 2. Yeah, man, seriously. I don't even think he fits with our team super well, but damn, bro, if he's going to fall at the top of round 2... Sign me up, man. A really good wide receiver probably is going to fall out of round 1. I don't even think it's crazy to say Mekhi Levin could fall out of the first round. Like if the smoke is true about him interviewing well or interviewing poorly, that's that. Steelers go with quarterback Ty Simpson. I cannot wait for this one. Hold on to your hats, guys. The Steelers are getting a QB. All right, Sonny Styles lands in the top 5. I'd imagine that's Giants, but let's see. It's funny because it feels so, I don't want to say obvious, but it just kind of feels like in your face, like, oh, the Giants are going to take Sonny Styles. That makes a ton of sense. And no one's mocking it. This is Trevor Sikkema, who I like a lot. I've actually interviewed him once. I interviewed him for a school project. Really nice dude. I DM'd a bunch of players. I DM'd a bunch of journalists. And the only ones that got back to me were Pat Leonard, who just wanted to like shoot a DM, being like, hey, keep working, kid. And Trevor Sikkema, who did a whole ass Zoom. So I like this guy a lot. Nice dude. He fits with the Giants because scat. That's a good point. There you go. That ASU connection. It runs deep. If the Giants went Ty Simpson at 5, what do you do? Wait, kill myself? I don't know, man. If the Giants went Tyson at 5, I'd lose my mind. I like Ty Simpson too. I do. If Boston or Cooper are there at the top of round 2, we should get one of them. Yeah, you're right. And clearly in the last mock said Omar Cooper falls out of round 1, so there you go. I agree, though. Those would be fun options. Let's get into this next one. Raiders go. Okay, so a lot less commentary on this, which I respect. We don't have to go through this too closely. Mendoza goes to the Raiders. That's an obvious one. Arvell Reese to the Jets. Still everyone's favorite pick, apparently. He had a great combine. Look, he's got a little overshadowed by Sonny Styles. That's not his fault. He had a great combine. Who else? Francis going 3 to the Cardinals. I like this pick a lot. I think it makes a ton of sense. Sonny Styles went 4 to the Titans. God damn it. But yeah, I like this pick a lot. I think it makes sense for the Cardinals to do this. Way more than them take Sonny Styles. I don't get that at all. Like, you need positional value. You need help. I think the Cardinals take Francis and don't overthink it. If we're lucky, they'll take Fano. But that's just me hoping. I believe the Walter football. Those are so bad they're elite content. Okay, we'll check those out. We'll check that out. Sonny Styles gets a B- on the PFF charts, and rightfully so. Again, that would make more sense than the Cardinals taking him. I'm still not thrilled about it. I'm not jumping out. I'm not jumping through my ceiling if the Titans take Sonny Styles. Mainly because I'll be upset. I want Sonny Styles to the Giants. If we got Jordan Tyson in round 2, I would die of happiness. That would be insane, bro. That would be Raider Nation stand up. His medical would have to be terrible for him to fall to the Raiders in round 2. But hey, that's still a good pick. Raiders have never been ones to shy away from a injury-prone player. So Sonny Styles goes to the Titans. Look, it makes sense. It hurts me. That's what it does. Just judging by how this mock is going, I think we're about to see Caleb Downs to the Giants. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't seen it. I think we're going to see Caleb Downs to the Giants. It's Carnell Tate. All right. Listen, I don't hate it. Monroe Freeling again. No shit. I guess when you run a 4.9 340-yard dash and have a 9'7" broad jump, get ready for all the top 15 talk. Jeez. You know, the Yahoo mock I thought was reaching a little bit, but apparently Monroe Freeling to the Browns has some real smoke to it. Look, Carnell Tate to the Giants. We talked about it a lot yesterday. It wouldn't be the end of the world. I wouldn't be fuming. I'd much rather trade down. But like I said, I want the Giants to leave this draft with an Ohio State player. In a vacuum, I'd probably rather have Caleb Downs. However, if they leave with Carnell Tate, so be it. He's been mocked to us since the end of the season. Tends to get D-line, I think Bailey or Bain. I think that makes more sense, but I think you get a higher floor with Sonny Styles, and that's what I think the Titans would like. They need a good defense, straight up. Bob Saleh can't mess this up. He can't afford to miss on picks. I know he's not the one making the picks, but still. We'll see. All right. And they just grabbed Jermaine Johnson, so maybe that's their plug and play. Who knows? I would rather go edge, though. I agree. But yeah, so Monroe Freeling to the Browns. Jeez, man. Great combine for Monroe Freeling. Did he bench? Did he bench? Let's see really quick. I'm curious. Did Monroe Freeling bench? He 45 out of... Oh, that's best ever. Hold on. He did not. Maxey did, but Monroe Freeling did not bench, so I'm not a fan. Plain and simple. Manders go Ruben Bain. Again, that's a good fit. Manders are going to take an edge rusher. It just depends who falls there. Looks like David Bailey's going to fall out of the top 10, which is wild. Jeremiah Love to the Saints. That makes sense, frankly. And the top 5 goes Mendoza, Reese, Maui, Bailey, and Styles. Woo. Haven't seen David Bailey to the Titans a lot, but I like it. I like it. Saints go Jeremiah Love. That makes sense. Again, I think this is absolute ceiling. I like the fit with the Chiefs more. Apparently, the Chiefs are saying to hell with it and going Caleb Banks. That's the same guy the last mock had the Vikings get at, what, 29? So Caleb Banks is a very wide range of outcomes. I think this is going to be a reach, frankly. I don't love it. But hey, you know what? If the Chiefs want to go interior defensive line, so be it. Hell, at that point, just take David Bailey. Take best player available, I think. Bengals get Caleb Downs. I'm starting to think that a lot of these mocks just don't know what to do with the Bengals, so they're just not giving Caleb Downs to the Giants, and they're just slotting Caleb Downs in before the mock even starts. Board prediction manners to win the draft, just have a feeling. They're in position to get a good prospect, especially if the Browns go tackle. If 2 tackles are off the board in the first 6 picks, someone will fall to the Manders, and it'll probably be Ruben Bain, Dave Bailey, someone like that, who apparently in this mock is going to the Dolphins. So there you go. Also, did Dylan Thieneman fall out of the first round of the last mock? I think he did. Yeah. That's what I mean. These mocks are so different. It's March. It just turned March, by the way. Happy March, fellas. Just turned March. So who even knows what these mocks are gonna look like in a month and a half? But things are gonna keep changing. Hopefully, we'll get some movement, some more info. Hopefully, the top 5 will be a total like mystery come draft night. Who knows? I hate when the draft is all chalky. But just judging by the talent on this board, I feel like it's not impossible. Had the chance to get Bain or Bailey as insane 7. They're gonna get one of them. They're for sure gonna get one of them because the Giants aren't gonna take either. I feel like the only edge the Giants would reach on would be Arvell Reese because of the position versatility. So they'll get one of them, unless the Browns go edge, which would be crazy. But yeah, Dolphins get David Bailey. I think that's a great pick. That'd be a lot of fun. And then Cowboys go Dylan Thieneman. That would really make them interesting. Having a good safety, a fast guy who they can trust to, steer the back end of that defense. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Kind of snatched him from the Vikes there, but whatever. Mansour Delane goes to the Rams at 13. Look, I like Kenyon Sadiq more as a fit, but yeah, Banks at 9 would be such a terrible mistake. I don't disagree. I do not disagree. Oh, that's right. It's someone in here hates Banks. I think it is Raina. It's the Caleb Banks hater. Tyson tells them that, but he just had a season-ending injury at the end of the regular season in 24, missed a couple weeks to injury in 2025. I think it's more just the medical testing. Like maybe on the field he played, but maybe he has a spotty ligament. You never know. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry for yawning. By the way, I sneezed a little bit ago and no one said bless you. What the hell? But yeah, what was I saying? I always think about Kevin Banks, or no, is it Kevin Banks? No, Kevin White. I always think of Kevin White, Bears wide receiver, who they took, I want to say in 2013? 15? Not 2013. 2015, 2016, one of those years. They took Kevin White, 7th overall at West Virginia, and he barely played. He played like 2-3 games, and he just never did anything. 7th overall pick. I think that's the kind of thing that GMs fear. A guy that they won't even get any production from, much less good or bad. So that's the knock on Tyson. Mansour Delane going to the Rams would be a slam dunk. Spencer Fano going to the Ravens would also be a great pick. His stock's been all over the place. He ran well, but apparently his measurables aren't amazing. But yeah, I think Spencer Fano would be a good pick here to the Ravens. Oh, I thought it was going to be a beat drop, whatever. Akeem Mesor at Tampa. See, that makes more sense to me. Makes a lot more sense. Once again, Jordan Tyson tumbling down the boards. Makai Levin goes to the Jets, following Mesidor. I think these are both interesting picks. I think Mesidor going to the Tampa would make a lot of sense. They're definitely going to go defense. I think linebacker makes more sense, but if you like Mesidor and he's there, keep him in Florida. Why not? Makai Levin to the Jets. It's interesting. God knows the Jets need everything, much including a wide receiver. Look, if there's a team that shouldn't give a damn about character concerns, it's the Jets. They should take the best player available and hope it works out. Randall likes Banks at Stinky Steven or something. Oh yeah, there it is. All right. Oh, just is keeping up with the chat lore. Lions go edge again. Get Cassius Howell. Not too bad. Vikings get a corner in Jermod McCoy. I think that's a solid pick. I feel like the Vikings would be happy about that. McCoy at 18. I like that. Like is not a football today. God damn it. Yeah, drop a like if you haven't already. It may or may not turn into a football, but probably not. Then you have CJ Allen to the Panthers. Back-to-back mocks that have that. I guess it's starting to make a little bit of sense, man. He had a quiet combine, didn't test, but he's one of the more promising linebackers in the class. Cowboys go Avion Terrell. I like that pick. It makes sense. Cowboys really shore up that defense. Ty Simpson. You are a Pittsburgh Steeler. I like it. He went through the on-field throwing sessions despite not doing athletic testing, and I was impressed. It was not the biggest part of the quarterback's evaluation, but for him in a new setting with new receivers, look as accurate as he did. Specifically when throwing the deep ball was fun to watch. I think he's in the mid to late first round range. Hey, man, you guys know I like Ty Simpson. I like his game. I'm familiar with it. And if the Steelers will leave this draft with a quarterback, at least they'll have a plan. Even if they bring back Raj, I think Ty Simpson's a great guy to have a redshirt a year. I like Ty Simpson of the Rams more, but I also think, you know, the more we kind of look at this draft, the less it seems like it's going to happen, at least with their first round selection. Hey, the people that talk about Tyson's health, but not about McCoy. He missed all of 2025. Listen, it didn't count. Corners are different. So Ty Simpson is a Steeler. That's a lot of fun. I like that. Chargers go Vigayon. Okay, so apparently that is how you say it. Ione, so there you go. That's nice. Steady and solid. Makes a lot of sense. It's an easy mock. Eagles go Caden Proctor. It really is starting to look like Caden Proctor or whatever. The Eagles are going to take a tackle. I wonder if the other ASU tackle goes. Caden Proctor makes sense, though. Bama. Eagles love their SEC players. Jordan Tyson finally goes off the board. A mock and a half in to the Cleveland Browns. McCoy tape's better than Tyson tape. Ouch. Ouch. I missed the first word on Wednesday. Hunna likes Ty Simpson. Hunna likes Ty Simpson. Yes. You got that straight. I think he's fun. I like him throwing in between the numbers. I think he's got good traits, good skills. I think it'll translate well to the pro level. But Jordan Tyson goes to the Browns. This feels like a home run pairing for the Browns. Monroe, Freeling, and Tyson. I don't disagree. Look, if the Browns can leave with a first-round talent wide receiver and the tackle that they like, that's a good day for Cleveland. Wouldn't be mad about it. So there you go. Jordan Tyson going 24. Interesting to see him bouncing around these mocks. Caden McDonald going 25 to the Bears. That makes sense. Bears are going to go defense, obviously. Well, it just depends what. Mesidor's off the board, so Caden McDonald's not a bad pick. Jacob Rodriguez. Why not? Why can't Jacob Rodriguez be a first-round pick? I've been mocking him to the Giants in the 3rd, but I like it. Just such a Vikings move to draft an injured corner. I like it. Jacob Rodriguez had a great combine, so him going to the Giants in round 3 is probably completely out. But yeah, he had a great combine, really good college production. Only thing holding him back was athleticism. He answered those at the combine by nearly testing identically to Luke Kuechly. So I ask, he went very passionate here. Why not? Because I'm running out of reasons to say why Rodriguez wouldn't be a 3-down difference maker. So there you go. I like the pick. His card was fun in CFB. I like the pick. Jacob Rodriguez is a fun player. I can see the Reddit on DraftNet shaking if that happened. A lot of squawking about bust, lol. What? Jermod or Jacob Rodriguez? And that's the Bills, too. The Bills are forgoing wide receiver, which, again, depending on which wide receivers are on the board, is a good or bad decision. He's good, underrated, but literally every mock has him in the 3rd. Yeah, no, exactly. So odds are he'll probably finish somewhere in the 2nd. I think Trevor's just reaching on this one, but that's fine. That's fine. I get it. Make a hot take. Mock drafts aren't supposed to be boring, especially not in March. Kenyon Sadiq goes to the Niners. I like that a lot. George Kittle is definitely on the way out just because age. He's going into his age 34 or 35 season of a torn Achilles. The substation isn't going to get any easier on those ligaments. I would happily take Kenyon Sadiq. If you can't tell, I was good with the who took Sadiq in the last one? The Rams at 13. I want Kenyon Sadiq to go to a good offense and not Philly, hopefully. So I would really like seeing that. I think that's a good pick, especially at pick 27. I'd be shocked if he's still there, but there you go. Blake Fisher going to the Texans. Once again, Texans go tackle. That makes a lot of sense. Omar Cooper goes to the Rams. It feels a little, I don't know, succession plan for Devontae Adams. Feels a little, I don't know about that. I like Omar Cooper, but to the Rams? It might work out though, shoot. And then here we go. These are some interesting ones. So Zion Young didn't go in the last one. That's interesting. Zion, or maybe he did. Zion Young out of Mizzou. Denzel Boston to the Seahawks. Them getting another wide receiver. That's not too bad. Getting the tall, big body receiver, I feel like he'd fit well. I feel like if they're going to lose some pieces on the defensive side of the ball, you'd probably want to address that first. But if there's no talent on the board that you like, Denzel Boston's a great pick. I skipped off number 30 because this pick is really interesting. Eli Stowers, number 30 to Denver. Whoa. That's another 3rd round guy, or that'll probably end up going in the 2nd round, but Sycamore is a little overrating him. I like it though. Again, if this happens, if Eli Stowers goes in round 1, I'll be fired up. We'll be here streaming on draft night, obviously. If Eli Stowers goes, I'm a freak out, dude. That would be crazy. What if the Lions take Ty in anticipation of dishing Goff? They should. Like, frankly, they should. I think. You guys know I'm a huge anti-Jared Goff guy. They should. They won't, but they should. I like it. Did the Manners taking Sadiq in your first mock? Yeah, no, I did. And it made sense then, and it makes sense now. Physical freak. Not a big fan of Sadiq. Just don't like the Oregon, except for Emmanuel Pergon. Don't get me started on Moore, the most overrated college QB. Well, good thing we can wait a year on Moore. And this year I'm going to watch him a lot more closely and figure out my own opinion. But good thing we don't have to talk about him. Although, if he went, talent would have fallen. Ugh, God damn it. Talent would have fallen down the board, and Giants would have for sure gotten like Arvell Reese. But whatever, that's just me. So there you go. So that's Sycama's mock. We wanted to go to Walter Football, right? Okay. Hot take: the Lions need a quarterback more than the Vikings. I love that take. That is so good. That is such a good opinion. Yes, they've completely bottlenecked and bottomed out with Jared Goff, where the Vikings could still get more out of 9. Their 23-year-old wide receiver that they traded up to take in the first round. They could easily get more out of him. They should build the team around him and try and just take one more swing, at least one more swing, one more season of 9. Of course, it feels like every report coming out says they won't do that. But one more. Can we run it back? Giants fan 10 agrees. Dante Moore's overrated as hell. There you go. I like that take a lot. Lions need a quarterback more than the Vikings. That's a great take for F It Friday. That's great. I love that. I feel like I'm doing Subway takes now. But yeah. So there you are. We'll end this day with a mock of our own, but I do want to see. Here's a fantasy. Okay, we don't need the fantasy baseball mock draft. Jeez, what are we talking about here? All right, let's do the SI one. Okay, so I want to get fantasy pros. We'll go through these a little bit quicker now. You guys said Walter Football, right? So let's see. Okay, I don't think they've done one yet, unless I'm mistaken. I don't see it. Oh, I want to read this really quick. This is from April of last year. Okay, so I want to compare. This is the way too early 2026 mock draft. Notice how, this is gonna be a great quarterback class coming up. That's what they're saying next year. It's like it happens every season. Things change so quickly. Okay, 9 beat Jared Goff, by the way. Yes, he did. He almost swept him. Okay, let's just go through this really fast. I just want to compare and contrast this to what the mock was going to be. This is not me making fun of Brian Fisher. I just think it's interesting, the contrast between all the mocks we've read. So this is a throwback intermission, if you will. First overall pick, Cleveland Browns take Caden Proctor. Well, good news is they can still take Caden Proctor. Bad news is they probably won't do it with their first pick. But yeah, they still could take him. Number 2, Giants take Caleb Downs. I still like it. Getting the second overall pick's a little disrespectful, but I still like it. Number 3, Jets go Drew Aller. Lol. TJ Parker. Boy, he fell down the boards. Nuss. Lol. Lenora Sellers didn't come out, even though he definitely wouldn't be 6th overall pick. Francis goes 7 to the Panthers. Hey, at least he's a top 10 pick. Klubnik goes 8 to the Colts. Again, LOL. Nick Anderson, I'm assuming he didn't come out. Peter Woods, there you are. He definitely fell on the boards a little bit. Jermon McCoy, this is pre-injury, but apparently he was still going around the same range. Jordan Tyson, 12 to the Cowboys. There you go. Caleb Lomu. So no love for Fano, no love for anyone from Ohio State besides Caleb Downs here. So Caleb Lomu goes to the Seahawks, who are picking 13th apparently. But I'm the only one that didn't see the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, right. Dolphins go Terrell. Kilgore goes to the Vikings. He does not go in round 1 this year, it doesn't feel like. Fernando Mendoza goes 16. How do you like that? God, that would have been nice for the Steelers. They could have gotten Fernando Mendoza mid-first round. Could you imagine? He looks like an NFL quarterback, but really has a chance to elevate his stock by playing in the Big Ten after a quality campaign with the Cal Gold Bears. He has a bit of moxie and could be the actual long-term successor in Pittsburgh. Whose draft is this? This is SI's way too early 2025 mock. So this is not like it's not this crazy intentionally. They made this April of last year. Moko got injured in 24. Oh, geez, never mind then. Jeez. Wow, not ideal for a corner then. Caleb Banks goes to the Cardinals. Overrated. Keldrick Falk, 18 to the Bears. That's interesting. I thought he'd go higher. Anthony Hill, I don't think he came out. Same thing with Lawson, don't think he came out. Jeremiah Love going all the way down to 21. All right. Eli Stowers going 22. Hey, man. Somehow his stock has gone down, but also gone up in the last few months. Whatever. Thieneman goes to the Bengals. Getting some love there. Fano to the Rams. Matayo, I don't think he came out. Ruben Bain going 26. Good Ruben Bain shout. Sonny Styles going 27 to the Niners. That would be a slam dunk. Carnell Tate, 28 to the Ravens. Evan Stewart, who I also think didn't come out or is just completely falling down boards. To the Lions, who was supposedly were going to make a Super Bowl run. Oh, this is just them using the draft order of last year. That's fair. Eagles get Denzel Boston. Nick Singleton, yeah, right, to the Chiefs. And Isaac Smith to the Bills as a safety. So there you go. Thought that was fun to look through. Anyways. To Fantasy Pros. This is an actual, like, current mock that came out today. This is more like it. Once again, we'll go through these quicker because a lot of these picks are going to overlap. Mendoza to the Raiders. Arvell Reese to the Jets. Sure. Can someone give a different opinion, please? David Bailey to the Cardinals. Caleb Downs to the Titans. I don't see Caleb Downs to the Titans as much. I also don't see David Bailey to the Cardinals. I think it's a good fit. Listen, if you're the Cardinals and you need everything, you may as well take your favorite edge rusher that's on the board. So they could very well go this way. I still think offensive line makes more sense, but I wouldn't be pounding the table angry if they took Dave Bailey. Caleb Downs to the Titans is a little bit of a different story. I don't love that. Once again, I feel like the Titans have other needs, especially on the edge rusher. But if they don't like Ruben Bain, why not? Sure. Giants go Francis. Again, this is a common trope. What happened to Caleb Downs? What happened to Sonny Styles? Yeah, it was last April, John. Is this before the season? Yeah, it was a before the season mock. Must be confusing. Seeing Fernando Mendoza going 16 to the Steelers. What the hell? The Steelers don't even have the 16th pick. Fano to the Browns. We've seen that a little bit. Makes sense. Well, we haven't seen that much today. It's supposed to be Monroe Freeling, apparently. But there you go. Manders get Ruben Bain. Saints go Cardinal Tate. Chiefs get Love. And then Bengals get Sonny Styles. That's a lot of fun. Caleb Downs is still on the board. No, he's not. He went 4th overall. Sonny Styles goes to the Bengals. That would be a steal. That would be a slam dunk for the Bengals. Mansour Delane to the Dolphins. Keldrick Falk to the Cowboys. Whatever. Javon McCoy. Jordan Tyson is a Raven. I've seen that a little bit. Not today, but you know. Makai Lemon to the Jets again. CJ Allen to Tampa. There you go. Lions go guard. They take Ola or Vigayon, whatever. Vikings go EMW. We haven't seen him go in the first round a lot today, so there you go. Panthers go Kenya Sadiq. I like that. Guys, I think they could mock the Panthers or Kenya Sadiq to any team besides Buffalo, and I will say I like that. I like that a lot. Buffalo's the only team where I'd say I hate it. I absolutely hate it. That maybe the Giants at 5. But I like him to the Panthers. That's a lot of fun. Why not give Bryce a shot? Colton Hood to the Cowboys, Loman to the Steelers, Peter Woods to the Chargers, Avion Terrell to the Eagles, Denzel Boston Browns get their wide receiver, Zion Young, Concepcion, the Bills get their wide receiver. That's interesting. Monroe Freeling goes all the way down to 27. So much for that rise. Cade McDonald goes 28 to the Texans. Again, I'd be shocked if they don't go offensive tackle. Maybe they'll sign a Luminor in free agency. That kind of freaks me out. Blake Miller to the Rams, Anthony Hill to the Broncos. I preferred Eli Stowers. Mesidor to the Patriots, which is a steal. Slam dunk, one of the most NFL-ready edge rushers in this class. I like that a lot. And then Brandon Sissy to shore up that defensive side. There you go. I think we've got about one more in the tank, and then we'll call it for the mocks. Okay. 2026 mock draft. NFL Combine flips draft on its head. Let's see. Mendoza goes to the Raiders. This one has pictures. Ooh. Mendoza goes to the Raiders. Number 2 is Arvell Reese again. Damn, guys. Can someone go against the grain? Cardinals take Francis. Makes a lot of sense. That's the pick I like. That's the pick I would do. Titans, Jeremiah Love. Oh, please. Please do it. Push the talent down the board. Give the Giants the choice between Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, and Cardinal Tate. Please. Do it, Titans. Take Jeremiah Love. I don't think it's a bad pick, by the way. I just think it's a reach. I just don't like the fit there. I like Jeremiah Love's a good player. He'll probably be a good pro. 4th overall just feels too high, especially in this class. They do need more blue chip talents, though. I tend to agree with that. He had a good combine, and Brian Dable would sure love it. But I don't think Brian Dable's a big... that's not true. Saquon, he had Saquon for a couple of years. I guess Brian Dibble is like big into the good running backs kind of thing. I don't know. Sonny Styles, finally. Sonny Styles is mocked to the Giants. I like it, man. I like it a lot. And all the other mocks, he's been off the board. But or no, the last one he wasn't. But finally, Sonny Styles goes to the Giants. I'd be thrilled. I'd prefer him over Caleb Downs. But having an option between 3 out of our top 4 Ohio State options would be sick. I would love that. So that would be great. That's a dream scenario for the Giants. So Sonny Styles going to the Giants. Love it. Obviously 43. I don't know if you guys heard or not, but Sonny Styles had a really good combine. 43.5-inch vert, 11.2 broad jump, fastest 40 among linebackers. You guys know who I'm talking about. Monroe Freeling. Whoa. It's not what I guess Monroe Freeling looked like, but I guess okay. Sure. Monroe Freeling to the Browns. This is really starting to gain some smoke, so beware. Caleb Downs to the Commanders. That would really hurt. That would hurt. That's a good pick, but that would really hurt, man. I do not want to deal with that in our division, but of course the Commanders, so who cares? Dave Bailey to the Saints. They do not go offense. Interesting. Chiefs go Kenny and Sadiq. You know, I said the only team I wouldn't like the fit is with the Bills. I also don't love the Chiefs. I mean, I get that Jeremiah Love's not there. I guess when you put it like that, yeah. When Jeremiah Love's not there, you're getting a good Travis Kelce replacement in Sadiq. Yeah, that's a good pick. I like it. I'm sold. Chiefs get Kenny and Sadiq. What do you guys think of that? Bengals get Ruben Bain at 10. That's a sick pick. I think that's great. Dolphins go Vega. Clearly, he's rising up draft boards. Chargers are shitting bricks. Cowboys grab Mansour Delane. That's a great pick as well. None of these mocks had corners going in the top 10, by the way, so that's pretty interesting to me. Mekhi Lemon. I guess the interviews were just smoke. He goes to the Rams. If he's going to go anywhere, that's a good fit. Definitely. Might feel a little redundant because I feel like they play Puka a lot in the slot, but hey, the Rams will know what to do with him. Jermon McCoy goes to the Ravens. I like it. Keldrick Falk to Tampa, going to defense again. Tampa will go defense, it appears. They will go either edge with Mesidor, Allen, or Keldrick Falk. I don't. Out of all those guys, I'd probably be happy with Mesidor, but I've made that clear. Caleb Banks to the Jets. Sure, I guess they're going to have a really good defensive line. That's nice. Spencer Fauner to the Lions makes a lot of sense. If Sonny Styles down to Baylor on the board, Joe Shane takes Tate. Yeah, probably. Like, man, you could name any player. Arvell Reese, like whoever. Shane takes Tate. Spencer Fauner, number 17. Colton Hood to the Vikings. There you go. Colton Hood, Vikings. Get ready to embrace the future. The Tennessee cornerback, sure. Why not? Don't love it. Panthers go Mesidor. I like that pick a lot. Jake Galladay out of Cincinnati. Haven't seen him a lot. Hey, okay. That's a new name. Jake Galladay, Cincinnati linebacker. He was excellent at the combine. There you go. 6'4", 239, 104 tackles in 2025. That's not bad. Steelers go Mark Cooper. I like that. I don't know if the Steelers need him as much. I mean, they do, but I feel like the Steelers have other needs as well, but sure. TJ Parker going to the Chargers. Hey, man, if you can't force an offensive lineman, TJ Parker would be interesting. Get an edge rusher. Why not? Eagles go Cassius Howell. Sure, some size deficiencies, but we recovered that by running a 4.59. Best 10-yard split of a pass rusher. Galladay good high second, but I like it. Hell yeah. And Carnell Tate, I didn't even realize. Carnell Tate falls all the way to 24. This is way overreacting to the combine. Come on, dude. Is this guy a Browns fan? This would be a dream scenario. Get Monroe Freeling, who apparently the Browns love all of a sudden, and then grab Carnell Tate with their second pick. Shit, man. If Carnell Tate falls past what? If Carnell Tate falls past 16, bro, I'm trading up. If the Bills, man, the Bills should trade the hell up, dude, with the Lions or the Vikings. Come on. Are you kidding me? I like it. Tate overrated as hell. Yeah, well, has Tyson gone either? I don't think so. Dylan Thiedemann goes to the Bears. I don't know about that. I feel like the Bears need pass rush more than anything, but I guess if the board breaks this way, there's not a lot left. Bills go Denzel Boston. I think, did Tyson go? Am I tripping, or did Tyson not get picked yet? I don't think he did. Yeah, Tyson didn't get picked yet either, Otis, so, you know, keep your shirt on, buddy. Tyson wasn't picked, so Omar Cooper went ahead of Tyson. There you go. Denzel Boston to the Bills again. Tall wide receiver. We've ridden this ride before. Casey Concepcion to the Niners. I like Concepcion, but I don't know about 27 to the Niners. I like him. I just don't. I mean, sure, I guess he's the Jawan Jennings replacement. Big hole to fill. Cade McDonald, wow, I didn't know he did the whole face paint like that. That's interesting. No shit. All right. But yeah, Texans go interior defensive line. Again, tackle, reach if you have to, Texans, for God's sake. Avion Terrell sitting there for the Rams. That's a smash. The Rams have a very good draft this time around. Caleb Lomu goes to Utah. D'Angelo Pons, Indiana corner. Oh, I've heard a little bit about him. That'd be interesting for the Patriots. This is such a cool shot. If I were D'Angelo Pons, this would be my Twitter user picture. Stop disrespecting my boy before he comes to the Raiders and wins the Super Bowl. There you go. And Brandon Sissy, corner, South Carolina. So in this one, Jordan Tyson falls out of round 1. Interesting. All right. Well, I think we're caught up. Chris Johnson going is the Falcons' first pick. I like that. Takario Davis. These are fun names. Okay, thanks a lot, Justin Mello. You're a hell of a guy. Probably a Wildcat. We do not know. This is bored. I guess we'll never know. But yeah. So there you go. Pavia. Okay. Cool. So let's check out some NFL news. We've done the mocks. After 25 reps, this is how they treat him. It's devastating. It's absolutely devastating stuff. I think Pond's gonna be a really good NFL player. All right. Hell yeah. Giants fan 10 calling his shot. Oh, pause this. Let's watch it. Sonny Styles is such a beast. There it is, 447. Absolute stud. All right, so Mel Kiper picked his combine standouts. He didn't make a mock. I'm sure that'll come out sometime soon. But he picked his combine standouts. Let's see. Mike Washington, that's an easy one. Just big body player. A lot of fun. Ran the fastest 40. He might be the number 3 running back. Again, still... we like our guy out of Nebraska. I might be blanking on his name. We like our guy out of Nebraska, but hell, Mike Washington may be climbing up the ranks as well. So there you go. He's a big combine winner, running a 4.33 40-yard dash. And, it tied for fastest 40. It tied for the fastest 40 time over the past 20 combines for players at least weighing 220. It's not bad. 39-inch vert, 10'8" broad jump. Pretty good stuff. Chris Brazel had a pretty good combine as well. I do remember that. I know Mel Kiper's saying this, but I remember you guys talking about Brazel a ton. Brazel and Branch both had really good days. From the sounds of it, they were kind of expected to. Both like very athletic prospects, even though they're both very differently sized, with a 7-inch height difference. Still, both of them are getting nods. In Chris Brazel's case, it was the 4.37 40-yard dash. And he is now in the first round conversation. So there you go. Maybe the Giants could snag him in round 2. There you go. He had him in his first round 1 mock in January. Scouts will start to take notice because Mel Kiper said so. And that is that. Zach Branch had a good one. 4.35 40. Explosive as expected. Jumping far. Doesn't have the widest catch radius, but showed sure hands plucking the ball from his body. He's a dynamic playmaker as well. Caden Proctor had a good one. Wow. Monroe Freeling apparently not going to make the article. Kuiper's all in on Caden Proctor. He's 40 pounds heavier than Fano and Freeling. Slimmed down to from 366 to 352 for the combine and turned to 5'2", 140. Jumped 33 inches in vert. Size, athleticism, quickness, and potential. Proctor has to be talked about in the mid to late first round. Slam dunk for a lot of teams. This is a good tackle class. This is a really deep tackle class. DDS, hadn't heard a lot about this guy. But apparently he had he solidified his day 2 status. Kiper thinks he's a second rounder. So there you go. Matching production with physicality. Good player. Malachi Lawrence at a UCF. A lot of linebackers running. Yeah, man. 4.5 240. I like Proctor over Freeling. Ooh. Why is that? Can you unpack that? Like why you like offensive, why you like a specific offensive lineman? See, look, there's Jordan Tyson. Yeah, Malachi Lawrence, 4.5 240. Apparently he was a big winner. So there you go. I didn't really stand out to me as much, but what was linebacker day? We didn't stream during linebacker day. So, my bad for not recognizing Jack Kelly and Malachi Lawrence. These guys are just fast, matching production. That's all the combine is, just showing even Carson Sherrar. These are just like, oh, they produce in college, but are they also athletic? And apparently they are. And then here is D'Angelo Pons, Giants fan 10's guy, who apparently had a great combine. Real good vertical. Didn't run the 40, but the vertical jump alone will make let's look at him. Kyrie will be shocked if he got past round 2. Then we have Charles Demings from Stephen F. Austin, Stephen A. Smith. And he had a good combine as well. I've seen him mocked a little bit all over the place, but 4th round grade on him. Maybe the Giants can snag him in the 3rd. Hey. A lot of guys, a lot of later round guys coming up. But Kyle Lewis, who's an inside-out safety linebacker, hybrid guy who really stood out yesterday. Jalen Kilgore, same thing. Safety / nickel back. There you go. I think day 2 for Jalen Kilgore. So there you go. Keep an eye out for him. He had a good combine. And then Bud Clark. So, hey, late day 2, early day 3 range. Bud Clark just solidified himself getting drafted. I don't know, man. I just know more about Proctor or Freeling. Fair enough. Fair enough. Clearly, Proctor was a higher prospect last season. So, Sonny Styles is the obvious one. I get it. I wanted to pull back the next layer here. Thank you, Mel. This is about what happened on the field. He'll talk about sources over the next few weeks. I'm curious, yeah. What are the combine rumors? So I saw that Tyson, not Tyson, that Lemon obviously, you know, didn't interview well. I've mentioned that only a million times now. Let's see. Jesus. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop talking there, but I got like something was stuck in my teeth. But yes, they're talking about 9 again. Cool. So here's the 2026 intel. I know I'm not just reading articles, so this stream probably won't go too much longer. But I think Styles is being a bit overrated after his comment. He struggled a lot versus good competition. Woohoo! There you go, Otis, dropping the hot fire. All right. Dropping interesting on this. Oh, I literally can't. All right, cool. Oh no, I'll drop an interesting. There you go. All right, so let's see the rumors. Will the Vikings add quarterback competition? Vikings are not ready to give up on JJ McCarthy, but they also aren't ready to hand McCarthy the keys. Okay, if you say so. Graziano. For the Vikings are considering Murray and Smith as their outline quarterback plans. Geno Smith? Yeah, I heard that a little bit too. Geno Smith. Sonny Styles was terrible versus Miami. No shit. Oh boy. Then let's grab Downs. You guys have convinced me. Let's grab Downs. Giants can't miss this pick. If the Giants hit on this pick, man, I'm all in on contention. I'm all in on Super Bowl, man. If you guys think Downs is the better guy, I'm not gonna stop you. Jesus though, Tua and Cousins. No Derek Carr mention. What the hell's that? Apparently Geno Smith is gonna be a hot name in free agency this year, so that's odd. But no Derek Carr. What the hell? Where is he? Smith has a sneaky market. That's what I heard a lot too. I like his upside for sure, but Downs is more surefire. Ooh. Vikings are taking Kyler Murray. That's how. It's a possibility. I mean, shoot. I like rolling with 9 or getting Derek Carr. Yeah, they're hyping up Geno. Ridiculous. Geno Smith has a sneaky quarterback market. A lot of supposed executives are talking about how Geno got a short end of the stick in Vegas. They put up the status Styles not missing a tackle all year, then decided to have like 5 missed tackles versus us. Shit. It's not as ideal. At least he can jump far, though. At least he can run fast. Hey. What will the Dolphins do at QB? They haven't given up on trying to trade Tua. They'll probably just cut him though. Dolphins will almost certainly designate him as a post June 1st cut. That'd be crazy if they just straight up drop Tua. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, but damn, everything is on the table. That's crazy. Should we watch this clip? Will I get copyrighted if we watch this clip? All right, I'm gonna give it a shot.
With Tua, you know, I've said it multiple times today in different media outlets. We've talked to his reps. We've talked to him. So everything's on the table with Tua. You know, I've said it multiple times today in different media outlets. We've talked to his reps. We've talked to him. We've explored the possibility of trades. We are very appreciative of everything that Tua has done and accomplished with the Miami Dolphins. It will be interesting to see where this goes with the Dolphins or elsewhere.
When the GM says it'll be interesting to see where this goes, you know it's not a good sign.
Quinn Ewers is obviously on the roster. He did some nice things down the stretch.
Why'd he even say that? Quinn Ewers is on the roster. Yeah, and so is Jalen Waddle. What does that do for anyone?
This is competitive.
So is Zach Wilson.
As I can. And that goes really for every positional room. We'll see what that looks like down the road. There's a lot of factors at play. I can't give you a definitive answer today. A lot of conversations that need to be had.
All right. I think we got it. When a GM says it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Tua, his ass is gone. Tua's, I mean. How does the Malik Willis QB market look? But a team offering him $30 million plus a year doesn't appear realistic. Wow. The accurate comp is the Justin Fields deal of last year, 2 years, $40 million. Could that jump due to cap inflation? So 25 to 30, but Willis hitting 30. 20 to 25 makes more sense. 30 feels a bit high, apparently. But Miami is definitely in. That makes a ton of sense, obviously, with them bringing on Jeff Hafley. So there you go. I guess Malik Willis isn't going to get that generational money. I mean, $25 million a year, 2 years or 3 years. That's pretty good still. I'd call that good. Is Kyler Murray out in Arizona? He has a lot of guaranteed money on his deal left. Cardinals want to move on that before that happens. That means a trade or release. Odds favor a release because unlikely a team will offer Arizona anything significant if they have to pay that much guaranteed money over the next 2 years. Damn! Cardinals are considering Jimmy Garoppolo. Apparently Disney's closing the Rock and Roller Coaster to make it Muppet themed now. Never ridden the Rock and Roller Coaster. That's a Disney World thing, right? Never been to Disney World. So is that like a bummer? Oh boy. Gino over 9, what the hell is so much worse? And Miami's good offensively, but not enough for good for Meltdown as bad as Styles had. I see. Yeah, damn. Meanwhile, Caleb Downs is the second best player by far for OSU during that game. Jeremiah Smith is an alien. I'm excited to see him in the pros. I really am. But yeah, Cardinals are done with Kyler Murray, and they're instead electing to go with Jimmy G. At that point, bro, just roll with Kyler, dude. Shit. Colts will if I had to take a guess, the Colts will probably tag Dan Jones and they'll let Pierce walk. Hey, Muhammad, what is up, man? Good morning. And good morning to you as well, James. But yeah. Tuesday is the tag deadline, which is tomorrow. So we'll see. Again, tried really hard to make a franchise tag video. There's just not enough there. The franchise tag sucks, but that's kind of the end of the story. What about Cousins and the rest of the QBs? The Falcons will release Kirk Cousins. We already knew that. It also seems like they're looking to bring someone else on. Will Levis mentioned. There we go. Will Levis. Tyson Bagent might be interesting. Davis Mills, Jarrett Stidham. Yeah, right. I think if you can grab Tyson Bagent, for a lot of these teams, you can grab Tyson, not the Vikings, but if you can grab Tyson Bagent or Will Levis, you may as well, dude. Who cares? Hell, man, if you're going to run with Jimmy G, you may as well take a swing. It's not like the Cardinals are going to contend for a Super Bowl this year. Can Dallas improve the defense? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably. I mean, there's no way to go but up, honestly. What is the Ravens offseason plan? They'd like to finalize an extension with Lamar Jackson, but they're disagreeing on pay. They hope they can keep Tyler Linderbaum, but plenty of people in Indy believe that he'll get offers that exceed $20 million per year. God, I hope the Giants don't, but whatever. Likely is also a free agent, so there you go. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Quit getting the starting job so they could properly rebuild. There you go. So tanking, which I do not love. But also, like, rebuilding is different. I get it. Tear it all down. Is A.J. Brown getting traded? Interest in A.J. Brown is picked up here late in the week. A few teams I've consulted with believe a trade package include a second-round pick as its true trade value. That's what I was saying. That's what I've been saying. A high 2 makes more sense than a late 1 for A.J. Brown. So we'll see. Maybe he'll go to Buffalo. Maybe he'll go somewhere else. That's why some believe Roseman could target a veteran receiver as part of any trade package. Say if New Orleans can't reach a deal with Olave. There you go. So maybe the Eagles will grab a guy like Olave or Cortland Sutton, but I don't think AJ Brown, Cortland Sutton swap. What would that even accomplish? Other than get AJ Brown out of Philly, I guess. What about Crosby? It's been somewhat quiet on the Max Crosby front. This is a layered discussion because a team source said a few weeks ago that Crosby's chances of returning were relatively small, but he doesn't plan to request a trade. I thought he already did. He's tight with the Raiders owner. Probably wouldn't garner on Micah Parsons like trade package. He wants to win, and if the Raiders, you don't want to. If you're Max Crosby, you don't want to leave right before the Raiders get good. So there you are. Got some people filing in. What's up, fellas? He didn't request a trade. Oh, I guess I was wrong. Next year's top 5 draft: Darian Mensah, Jeremiah Smith, Sam Levitt. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let me stop you right there. AJ Holmes, Cam Coleman. Dallas defense should be way better than last season. Let's hope. Well, I hope you. I don't hope so, but I'm glad you're hoping, James, because you gotta be. Grable was saying he and Brown text each other like all the time. That's interesting. That's wild. Maybe Patriots, but I don't think that makes a ton of sense. I mean, hell, that would be. I don't love that. I think the Patriots need to shore up that offensive line and spend their money wisely. They really could take another swing at this Super Bowl thing as the Bills get worse, the Jets are a disaster, and the Dolphins rebuild. Has to be a long time till they leave. Agreed. For Max Crosby or AJ Brown? What about the running back market? Brees Hall will either get a deal done or receive the franchise tag. Bills are the only team desperate enough for Brown. Yeah, I agree. Or maybe Cleveland. If Cleveland wants to send their second round pick, I don't think that's the end of the world because they have 2 1s. I don't think that's a bad move, frankly. I think they have other needs, but they're not going to trade. They're not going to trade 6th overall. And if AJ Brown's worth a second, it's like he's probably better than anyone you're going to get in the draft. But again, this is a really deep receiver class. So if you could get Omar Cooper, Concepcion, or God, even Tyson at the top of round 2, then you probably wouldn't. It wouldn't make sense to trade for AJ Brown. So it's kind of a mixed bag, honestly. I agree. Bills are probably the only team. It'll probably happen after the draft, honestly. And Cleveland does need to build young talent. You're right. Javonte Williams set the floor for negotiations. Ken Walker looking like he's drawing enough interest to move off Seattle. ETN's unlikely to be tagged. He should have a nice market as well. Rico Dowdle and Tyler Algier are definitely out there. And teams are looking to bring them back. The Panthers and the Falcons are looking to bring them back. And apparently the Giants, I mean, that's what everyone's saying. The Giants are in big markets for a running back. I'm not buying it. I'd trade a second for Brown to the Browns. There you go. Well, James would do it. I think it makes a little bit of sense because, again, a late second round pick just doesn't feel that great of a return. And then, but the Eagles they can't keep him, right? They can't keep him. Mike Evans wants to go to a Super Bowl contender. Joe Brady plans to make the Bills offense better. That's a great headline. And there's some other stuff going on here. Some sleeper free agents in Caden Ellis, Chris Paul, who I like. A different guy. I was thinking of the Clippers guard. I'm kidding. I was thinking of the linebacker Chris Paul. Apparently he's not in the league yet. Marteric Brown, Eric Stokes, love Stokesy. Jalen Naylor, didn't know he was leaving Minnesota. I feel like that's a good pickup for the Giants, maybe. Andrew Wingard out of Jacksonville. Charlie Kolar, there you go. Top deal Y tight end. Cade Mays on the board. Kwity Paye is available, but Colts will probably replace him with one of these guys, Trey Hendrickson being the top name. And yeah, expect the Dolphins to work on extensions this offseason, and Tampa will look for veteran edge help. Buccaneers are in talks with Mike Evans. They could still bring him back, but I don't know if that'll happen. Cowboys will probably reach a deal with Brandon Aubrey. Chargers have a pair of free agent rushers in Owe and Mack, so they'll probably have to bring someone else on. The Chargers have a lot of needs. They have a lot of money, though. Bills going to need to re-sign some interior offensive line. And Panthers running back situation is interesting. There you go. That's all I'm going to read. I'm done. They can't have Judy be the wide receiver 1. They can. It just won't look very pretty. I could see Mike Evans to the Bills. See, that's what the Bills should do. Out of all these options, that's what the Bills should do. Pay a guy who they know is going to at least have a high floor, a guy that will work well with Josh Allen. I feel like that would be a fun combo, at least even if it's just for a season. Like, yeah, he's a veteran. Yeah, it's not exciting, and he won't be around forever. But the Bills don't need him to be around forever. They need him for a year, 2 max. I like that a lot, Otis. Good call again. Otis is on fire this morning. I agree, honestly. Mike Evans to the Bills is the best fit. That way you don't have to trade draft capital like you would for A.J. Brown and give him like probably an extension. Mike Evans will probably take a team-friendly deal. Maybe 2 years with a lot of money kicked back to next year. And yeah. Big yawn. But I like that a lot, though. I am a fan. I'm a fan. All right. What do you guys think? Who do you think should go ahead and grab AJ Brown? I'm interested now. Because if the Bills don't, who the hell is going to get him? The Niners? Are the Eagles going to trade AJ Brown to the Niners? Lee Evans to Mike Evans connection, even though they probably aren't related. See? There you go. The stories write themselves. All right, let's see if there's anything we missed on The Athletic. Will the Giants take a big swing up front? What I'm hearing at the Combine. Okay. What I'm hearing at the Combine from Dan Duggan. John S., who joins the stream all the time, said that Linderbaum to the Giants is a done deal, so maybe. But Indy, yeah, that's the big reports out of Indy. Baltimore free agent Tyler Linderbaum, obvious tie to Harbaugh. He's the type of player that won't come cheap. Ravens general manager Eric DeCosta announced the Ravens made Linderbaum a market-setting offer, which is, north of $18 million a year. So this is great. I really hope the Giants don't overpay for Tyler Linderbaum, but whatever. Giants are projected to have less than $1 million in cap space, although it can be easily created. Not a likely landing spot. Hold on, wait a minute. Not a likely landing spot. It's natural to make connections to players from a coach's former team. However, that familiarity doesn't necessarily increase the odds of a reunion. Ravens tight end Isaiah likely makes sense as the free agent target, but likely might not be eager to follow Harbaugh after having a limited role for 4 seasons. Plus, the Giants are higher on Theo Johnson. That's right. So again, but what does this have to say about Linderbaum? Whatever, we'll see. If the Chargers, I hope the Chargers just overpay him and the Giants don't even get the chance. That'd be my dream, but whatever. Let's play the connections. NBA 65 game rules messing up award races needs to be scrapped. I agree. Jets, that'd be fun. Second round pick for AJ Brown to the Jets. Give me the Steelers. Okay, show me Steelers. I like it. I'm a fan. It's good. That's a good unit. Because the Jets would have. I mean, the Jets probably wouldn't go receiver then. The Jets might actually be okay if they got AJ Brown. With no plan at quarterback would be kind of weird, though. Why? I don't think AJ Brown would even like that, but that would be a real fuck you from the Eagles. So that'd be pretty funny. Steelers would make sense. But again, AJ Brown and DK Metcalf feel kind of similar stylistically, no? They're that like kind of big body X wide receiver, so I don't even know. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. I don't like either of those picks, guys. I liked him at first read, but honestly, the more I think about it, I don't like the fit much. The Jets need a rebuild, and the Steelers he doesn't really fit well with what they need. I think the Niners is a good one, honestly. I think the Niners is a good fit, but I don't think the Eagles will do it. It's tricky. Okay. Bronco, Raider, where's Chief? Charger, okay, where's Chief? Chief, nice. Easy. An AFC West player, or AFC West team, whatever. AJ Brown isn't that. I know he's not. I know he's sick. I know he's only 6'2", but he's like stocky. He's like strong, wide. You look at AJ Brown on the field. He pops, man. The fuck, Here's my rationale with this, right? Words that are the second part of double, right? So double, in and out. Double bogey, golf. Double bubble, it rhymes. Double crunch, like the cereal. What do we think? AJ Brown's like what, 215, 220? 226. Yeah, that's pretty heavy for a receiver. I have zero clue. I'm going for it. Oh, come on, damn it. All right, well, I was way off. Damn, man. These get hard. These get really goddamn hard. Okay. I do think Cinderella, Seed, Bracket. These all go with March Madness. So there's one more. Is it Bubble? Cinderella, Seed, Bracket, Bubble. Okay. Okay. GF10 and I are on the same page. March Madness terms. What the hell's Bubble? But sure, whatever. Yeah, March Madness lingo. I like it. All right. We got 3 mistakes left. This is good. We're doing well. This is good. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What about double A? Like the baseball league? Double bogey, double crunch? No, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. A bubble team. Oh, okay, well, thanks. Wait a minute. Crunch, clank, vroom, ping. Sound effects. Done. Sports onomatopoeias. Done. Holy hell. Wow. Wow, we did it, guys. We did it. What are these golf terms? Double. I knew it. I knew it. Oh my God. There you go. I knew it. I knew it was the start of double. That was the best I felt about a connections ever. Holy hell. Double A, double bogey, double double, double fault. I've never heard of a double fault, but I knew it. Yes. Yes. Starting the morning off right. It's a beautiful Monday. Hope you guys are having a badass week thus far. It's March. Welcome. Holy hell. That was great. I feel like Pat Bev after the Wolves won that play-in game. So if you want to play the sports connections, just know you'll never do better than Hunnaball. We were sharp thinking. You made fewer mistakes than most. Thank you. Thank you. Kind of a pro here. Anyways, well, that's done. We're getting good at these fellas. Bengals re-signed Dalton Reisner. Colorado quarterback no longer with us. That sucks. Oh boy. And yeah, that's it. That's all what we have for sports news. Combine takeaways. Yeah, anything here? Oh boy, this is gonna be a grind. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I think everyone in the chat here. I'm just gonna go everyone in the chat's team, and we're gonna call it. So first team up. I don't know if Rain is still here, but we'll check out the Bears. Unlike the last few years, Bears' biggest March headlines may come via subtractions. DJ Moore status. It seems like DJ Moore's gone, which is interesting because he was clearly their top guy. I wouldn't trust Rome, but $28.5 million for DJ Moore sucks. Outside interest expected, but how much and will be enough to turn the Bears' heads? What would a DJ Moore trade package look like? A 4th-round pick? 3rd? What do we think about that? What do you think DJ Moore fetches for a trade? If AJ Brown's a 2, then I feel like a 4 for DJ Moore, especially at that cap hit. Maybe a 5. Who else? Just because I want to see what's going on with the Browns. They have multiple options at quarterback and certainly open to the open competition. There you go. That's not surprising. 3rd and a 5th. Wow. No shit. But the Vikings headlines about JJM. That wouldn't be a shock. It's too easy. Cowboys for James. A new defensive coordinator made some notable changes to the defensive personnel. The one that stood out, a 4th. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. New personnel. They spoke about how much they wanted Jadeveon Clowney to return. Tunes changed with Christian Parker as defensive coordinator. Oh, I see. Dallas Nelling for edge rushers who could stand up and occasionally drop into coverage. While that fits Donnie, doesn't really fit Clowney. Dallas looking for a linebacker. Maurice Lufau. To add some weight to move more of a pass rushing outside linebacker position. Also to expect to be addressed in the free agency and draft. Cowboys want an edge rusher. There you go, a stand-up guy. By the way, if you're watching and not engaging in the chat, just drop what team you want me to read if it's that big of a deal. Broncos, who cares? Packers, not really a thing. Jags, yeah. Here we are. Raiders, everyone's favorite team. Despite the Raiders' O-line struggles, new coach Kubiak's comments suggest they believe they can get a lot more from the offensive line on the roster than the previous staff. We're gonna have a clear teaching style. What is this ancient China-ass music? It's Sonic. It's Sonic music. It's Goodbye Sonic Adventure. There we go. Kind of a funny tune. Anyway, back to the Raiders. I've seen Rick Dennison get the best out of these guys. The main thing we're getting them to play all together. That comes with teaching our system. He said they have a stable situation with Colt Miller and DJ Glaze, which doesn't necessarily mean they won't try to upgrade from Glaze, who struggled last season, but suggests they may not be aggressive in doing so. Raiders should be aggressive in looking to acquire a starting center, an extremely important position to make some calls at the line in Kubiak's system. But they might look to develop some of the Raiders' younger players among the offensive line. Pick up Linderbaum. There you go. It's from the Sonic Unleashed OST Otis. Chanande to be precise. Hell yeah. Chanande to be precise. Damn. GF10 knows ball. Chargers are a realistic scenario of needing interior offensive line. Yeah, we knew that. Dolphins are still working through possibilities with Tua, who could be released or traded. There you go. Vikings. John called it. The Vikings are in the market for a productive, reliable, and experienced former starting quarterback. Sounds like Derek Carr to me. They know they need insurance for. They know that they need insurance for 23-year-old JJ McCarthy. They also believe that many of the available candidates will produce in a pass-heavy system with superstar Justin Jefferson. Vikings haven't zeroed in on a specific name because they don't know who's going to be available. However, if the Raiders cut Geno Smith, he's one to monitor. Maybe as a backup, but jeez. Come on. Anyway, Pats for Griffin here. Patriots feel like edge rushers their biggest need. When Mike Vrabel landed the job a year ago, he said he wanted to build the Patriots to the trenches. Last season, they had 4 new offensive linemen. Now this season looked to revamp their edge. Well, it looked great in the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Now they're looking to revamp the edge rusher position. Wouldn't be a surprise if they spend big on the position in free agency and target an edge rusher early in the draft. And, like I said it before, if I'm the Patriots, dude, I'm doing backflips if I can grab Max Crosby. But I feel like Geno. I'm doing backflips if you grab Max Crosby, but I think a draft makes more sense. Did Brosper win more games than Geno? Probably. Seems like it. But Brosmer wasn't throwing passes to Geno wasn't throwing passes to Justin Jefferson. Am I the only one that's starting to think Justin Jefferson's value is a little overblown at this point? I get it, right? I get it. But just assuming that guys like Geno can produce because they have Justin Jefferson just feels kind of rich. It's like, hey, like Justin Jefferson will be there for JJ McCarthy. Why can't he produce? He's one wide receiver. You just double him. They're losing Naylor, whatever. And may or may not trade Addison, just depending how John's feeling that day. New York Giants. Giants are willing to trade outside linebacker Kayvon Thibodeau, but they aren't going to give him away. The number 5 pick is due $14 million in 2026 on his 3rd-year option, or on his 5th-year option. Trading Thibodeau, that's a Freudian right there, because I'd love for Kayvon Thibodeau to go for a 3rd. He won't, but I would love it. Is due 14. The only way the Giants holding on to Kayvon Thibodeau works out long term is if they hold on to him. He has like a good season, 9-10 sacks. Which, by the way, I got into a big argument with AI Colin Coward about whether or not Kayvon Thibodeau's a stud. To which I got Colin Coward to say, 10 sacks is about the floor for Kayvon Thibodeau. That's what he said. I was like, all right, dude. Like even I'm like, I don't know about that. But if the Giants get 9 or 10 sacks out of him and they could trade him for like a 3 or 2, that would be sick. That would be cool. Trading Thibodeau's behind Burns and Carter on the depth chart would create significant savings and they could spend. That's a good point, though. We kind of need the money now. If the Giants can't get adequate value, they're content to hold on to the 25-year-old to maintain the strength of their pass rush. Day 2 pick or a quality player. I don't want to trade KT. I'd rather let him walk for a comp. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Game has passed the young legend behind. Wait, Jage? I mean, JJ's washed. Maybe a few years ago, this would have been correct. Game has passed. Oh, Geno. Yeah, Geno's washed. Goes from a 3-1. I think he beat the G-Men, Lions, and Green Bay. That's something. He did lose to Seattle, but they ended up being pretty good. Look, the Giants are going to give Kayvon Thibodeau away, so fear not, Giants fans. I'm telling you, it's that KOC's messing up Jetta's abilities. He's always been sending him deep, but that's never been his game. Jetta is a medium depth route runner that gets yak. Amen to that. I agree with you. That is kind of like very much Jetta's game. KOC might be messing him up. What do you think of David Montgomery trade? Did he get traded, or is I heard the rumors? Did he officially get traded? I saw that he expected a trade like to the. Whoa, really? Hold on. To the Texans. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. To Twitter. Whoa. Holy hell. You weren't kidding. Holy shoot. All right. There it is. Maybe just go see, but he just isn't looking as good. No. Oh, Justin Jefferson is washed. The game passed the young legend behind. There you go. Jettis is washed. No way. Wow. You know, I saw yesterday that it was going to be a 5. Apparently a 4. Juice Scruggs and a 7. No more Sonic and Knuckles. I mean, look. Jahmyr Gibbs just became the #1 pick in fantasy. That's the first thing that I want to say. He just became the not even think about #1 pick in fantasy. I get it from the Lions' perspective. Like, they need to fix the team, right? Jared Goff is going to be netting. We talked about it a million times, but Jared Goff is going to be netting $69 million against the cap this year, so they need money. So I guess it makes sense that they moved him. I think Monty was due like a pretty substantial check this year, like somewhere between 10 to 20 mil, which I know is a wide range, but I don't want to be wrong. That's wild though. I didn't think it was going to happen this soon. And he requested the trade yesterday. They made the deal. That's a lot for Montgomery. That is a lot for Montgomery, especially for the Texans. But now I guess they don't have to sweat running back like they were last year. That's nice. I mean, is he going to be their bell cow? Probably not, but they don't have to force it now in free agency or the draft. So at least they have that set up. Now they just need offensive line. Also, Juice Scruggs on the way. Texans are making moves, man. They traded Titus Howard and they got David Montgomery. There you go. Last time the Texans traded for a running back named David, it didn't exactly work out super well, but, you know, this is a much different situation with much different compensation. But yeah, no more Sonic and Knuckles. Play the Wario World music. I mean, I can. All right, well, let me know what you guys think of this Monty news while we play Wario World OST. Better not suck, Otis. All right, I'm having fun. David Montgomery has been traded. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna knock Styles for a bad game in college. If that's the case, I would never draft a Dark because of the Florida game. There it is. I love what I think when Jarv joins, he goes through like everything that's been said, and then he's like, "That's what I'm gonna respond to," which is sick. I mean, Dart definitely deserved to be knocked for that game at the end of the day. All these players' peaks and valleys should be considered before drafting him. Sonny played his best comp and played at a much lower level multiple times. There you go. I'm with you though. You should be able to judge a player in full, in complete fairness. If they struggle against good talent, that does count, especially as a high floor linebacker. But yeah, so I mean, shoot, the Monty trade broken by Adam Schefter along with Just an Idea Gaming. What a call. Just to conclude on this, it's not like a blockbuster game-changing trade. It is going to be weird seeing Montgomery out of Houston. I think it's a good move for the Lions more so than anything. Grabbing a 4th round pick and then like doing that salary dump as well. I like the move for Detroit's side a lot more than Houston's, but it makes sense. Hope the Texans play the Lions this year now. Will they? We know. Let's see if they play them. And I don't think there's going to be like anger or remorse. I don't even know if it's going to be much of a story. Let's go Texans. They are... I don't see Lions yet. They got the Giants, though. That's going to be a tough one. Giants go to Houston. And no, they did not play the Lions. So there you go. They will not. I should drive out to Giants Texans. That might be a game they can win. That's fine. But I'm not judging them for what they are, what they could be. There you go. You could do both, and you should. Seems like we're both on the same. It seems like we're all on the same page here. So the 5th round pick that apparently went up to a 4th and a 7th, along with Juice Scruggs. Also, in case you missed it, Dalton Risner re-signed. Who cares? Jawan Taylor will be released. Who cares? Colorado lost a quarterback. That sucks. And they're not talking about it, but Titus Howard just got traded. I don't know why Schefter's not. I guess he didn't break it, but Titus Howard is going to Cleveland. Right? I got that right? Titus Howard. He went to Cleveland. I didn't make that up, right? Yeah, he went to Cleveland. So now they're less desperate on the offensive tackle, so that mock that had them take 2 probably doesn't make a ton of sense. Play Greenhorn Forest from Wario. All right. If you say so, Otis. Where is it? There it is. Nice song. I like this. It's groovy. It's only 22. He's not a finished. Or 21. He's only. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. He's young. Monty wasn't happy, I believe, because they stopped using him. That makes sense. I mean, Gibbs is better. We all know it. So, anyways, while Giants, GF Ted and Jarv go through their daily debate, interesting stuff. So, Knuckles is left. Heartbreaking stuff. Monty underrated. He is, but he's also getting older. He's only a season or 2 away from a complete drop-off, so I like the Lions this move a lot for the Lions. Get a salary dump, get a 4th round pick in return. I think that's about the absolute ceiling. Shit, if Monty can go for a 4, brother, Kayvon Thibodeau should go for a 3, easy. But that's just me. Nothing lower than that. And Cam Johnson is trending for some reason. Woody Marks is also, he's done. Anyone who has Woody Marks in fantasy. But yeah, that's the news. Oh yeah, shoot, I was reading this. Giants trading away Kayvon Thibodeau. Who else is here? We don't have any Steelers fans, no Seahawks fans, Tampa, nope. Commanders, I guess Commanders, if Muhammad's still here. Commanders aren't afraid to change for better or for worse. Nice. After changing coordinators to implement new systems on offense and defense, the Commanders are now shopping for players who fit their scheme and goals. Isn't it crazy that, like, I don't know, 14 months ago the Commanders were in an NFC Championship game, and now they're just back to being bad again? They need to get faster, they need to get younger, they also need to add length, they need everything. They need to build a foundation through the draft. Their biggest needs are on defense with voids at every level, especially at the line. Adding a true number 2 is a must, and ensuring left tackle Larry Tunsil remains a Commander for years to come is high on the priority list. There you go. Give me a 3 and a 5 for KT, and I'm down. If not, I'm good. I think that's a lot. I love KT, but that's a lot. Did we do Cowboys? I think, yeah, we did Cowboys. They are up there. Jeez. They're going to be upgrading the pass rush. They need a stand-up pass rusher. Did Woody Marks get hurt or something? I thought he was good. I think he did get hurt. Yeah, he did get hurt. Along with Joe Mixon. He's done. Joe Mixon is all but, like, his career's over. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but Joe Mixon's, like, finished. Who else is on the team? They had Woody Marks. They have someone else. Damian Pierce, he's gone. Been in a crazy mental block lately. I don't know what to make videos on right now. It's tough. It's tough. There's not a ton. There's not a ton going on. There's not a ton going on, I'll tell you. I agree, Styles has more upset, but I don't think it's much more than Downs. Downs is already good at the reading the field, playing offense. You can imagine we could be with more refinement. I'm very on the fence. Today, I'm feeling more Caleb Downs, but that very well could change as the week goes on. I just want to do a quick news check in case anything else happened. Mac Jones is also on the Vikings quarterback radar, per this report. Whoa. And the Eagles are actually asking for AJ Brown. They're asking for a, if this is right, a first round pick and a plus 100 pick. So that's not going to happen. So Eagles will probably have to stick with AJ Brown if they want that return. And yeah, that's it. Browns could start Deshaun Watson 2026. It's a bad plan. To make a video on the UFL rules and Canadian football rules, how the rules are different around the world. There you go. There you go. I know what my next video is going to be on. I wrote the script today or yesterday. So I'm excited for that one. Is Howie out of his mind? Yeah, probably. Probably. Howie's been out of his mind for a while. He thinks Howie Roseman thinks everyone else in the NFL is stupid as hell, and rightfully so. They give him everything. It's supposed to be a lot at this point. I want to overcharge for KT to see if someone bites. I mean, what though? What? 5 years into his career, or 4 years into his career? At one point, Spencer Rattler was also on the radar. Media's just gonna say every quarterback is under the radar. Tommy DeVito is on the radar. Will Levis. I do think Will Levis and 9 would be the best QB room in NFL history. I really do. They get Russ in there. What about Russ? Have we forgot about Russ? Oh man. But anyways, I just stopped. I just stopped thinking. Anyways, fellas, we did the connections. David Montgomery is a Texan. Harrison is Joe Sheen's team won games. Yes, that's a great take. That's a fantastic point, Otis. Absolutely, completely agree. Google. I absolutely, completely agree. What do we have here? No, Browns reportedly prefer Drew Aller over Ty Simpson. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. Drew Aller, the best commented quarterbacks he may climb up boards. Yeah, apparently Drew Aller's very good at convincing teams that he's good. What if Drew Aller goes in the first round? That would be great. That'd be so funny. With the 16th pick, the New York Jets select Drew Aller. Oh my God. We'd blow the roof off this place. But yeah, fellas. One last question I'll leave you guys with. Is it a possibility that Jordan Tyson falls out of round 1? Given how all the other guys showed up and showed out at the combine? You let me know. And then we'll call that a stream. This was fun. Ham number 11? Yeah, ham number 11. Here we are. And, you know, if you're unfamiliar with the schedule, which is totally A-okay, we will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm taking my day. Which, by the way, we've been streaming, what, every day since Thursday? So, yeah, there's been a lot. Maybe not Thursday, actually. Anyways, either way, we've been on quite the streak here. Normally I take Saturdays off. So Tuesday I will not be streaming, but I'll be working on my next video, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, fellas, it's gonna be a good week. I hope you guys have a kick-ass Monday. I can see the Vikings take Tyre Drew. Or the sports media kid. Yeah, if the Vikings take Drew, oh my God. Even if the Vikings could take Drew in round 2, and I still, like, round 3, and still be scratching my head, I'd hate it. Guys, I didn't do anything. Tyson had 25 reps. He hit 25 on the bench. We can chalk up his last season to a disaster class of James Franklin. I guess that feels kind of like a cop-out, but some team will convince themselves on that. Some team will convince themselves on that. Did I watch Drew Aller for our quarterback video? Not really. I should have. We should do a part 2 to the quarterback film room. We'll see. This week is wide receivers. That's another thing. So we'll be back on Wednesday talking about wide receivers. So bring your Jordan Tyson, Cardinal Tate, Makai Lemon takes. Makai Lemon interviewed like garbage, supposedly. Denzel Boston, Concepcion, Omar Cooper, and someone else. Someone else is on the board. Drew's not in the draft. Tight. What do you mean? Yeah, he is. He's in this class. Who else? Who? Like, wait, hold on. I feel like I'm missing someone. I said Denzel Boston, right? I know this came out December 1st, so it's a little. Forgive Sycamore here. This is a little behind, but Chris Brazel, that was the one. I might take a look at Jeremy Bernard and the other Georgia wide receiver. I can't remember. Zachariah Branch. Might take a look at him. We'll see. So I'm getting back on the Aller train. Jesus. Oh boy. I don't think he just magically peaked as a high school senior going into freshman year of college. Aller got worse every single year. I generally think 90% of his problems were a James Franklin issue. Wow. Damn. Damn. Drew Aller getting some smoke. You guys are buying in. Holy hell. I'm not there yet, but hey, you guys know more college than I do. I was going to go round 2 or round 3 and be a starter in the NFL by like 2028. Book it today. GF10's calling Aller to be a starter by 2028. If Dable got a hold of Drew Aller, I think he'd become a good NFL quarterback. Dude, Jarv loves Dable, and I don't blame him. I did too. He won't, though, because he's not going to go to Tennessee. That much we know for sure. Maybe the Jets in round 2? Be something. Be something. He sucked. Aller's trash, garbage, and ass. I don't care for the whole high school phenom blaming his head coach. I don't really... I tend to kind of side towards if you couldn't produce in college, how the hell are you going to produce in the pros? That's more so my thing. So I'm not going to jump and get all fired up by Drew Aller, but if my opinion changes, you guys will be the first to know. But I kind of disagree with what you both are saying to this point. I do think there's a shot that after high school he just got worse and couldn't match the talent. That's what we're arguing about Sonny Styles. Aller wasn't even good in 2024. There you go. So, and Spencer Rattler was sick in high school, and he didn't really end up being much. He won like what, 1-2 games? Maybe the Titans need a backup quarterback. There you go. A match made in heaven. Cam Ward, Drew Aller, Bob Saleh. But anyways, fellas, I've yawned like 19 times in this stream, so I'm gonna call it there. But I like this Wario music. God, I'm getting small. Drop a like if you haven't already for Ham number 11. And I will see you guys on Wednesday where we're doing the wide receiver Wednesday War Room. So study up. Buck up, fellas. And apparently, in case you missed it, what is his name? Monroe Freeling, whatever, is going to be the 6th pick to Cleveland, supposedly. Where we think Levis is going? To the Hall of Fame. To the Hall of Fame. Rather isn't that bad. Also, you didn't get worse every year in college. There you go. There you go. Being has somebody's like coming to college and being ass and continuing to be ass. That's not great. I mean, those are traits. So Allen wasn't great at Wyoming with those traits. Well, okay, but Allen was a 1-star recruit in high school, though. He was a very late bloomer. He was just an athletic freak. Is Drew Aller an athletic freak? I don't think so. Levis is going to the Hall of Fame, though. But my vote's going to Minnesota. Have him and 9 duke it out like men. I was good his first year. It got progressively worse because James Franklin's a terrible coach. He's a hell of a recruiter, though. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll talk more about Aller on a different day. I will catch you guys on Wednesday. I appreciate you tuning in as always. Drop a like if you haven't already. Hannah Freeland. Hannah Monroe Freeland. See ya.